Hey, that's Otter Jesus. And guess what? I don't know what's going on, but I got the PS4, and it's nice for like tip artists to have on it and stuff like that. Cause it's got no games. I thought I got The Witcher 3 today, so that's a game, and I'm gonna use the PS4 to put it on there and display it. Oh no! But anyways, this is the Late Otter Show, and I'm Silly Otter who likes to harass people on the internet, and everyone wants to love me, but I'm saying, no, that's bad. That's bad, do not love me. And stuff like that.
Oops.
Because it's got no games. I thought I got the today, so that's a game. And I use the PS4 to put it on. That's stupid of me to do. What do you want to technical blah? Anyways. Not so bad and stuff, but I'm gonna introduce you to the 7th level, cause he's all the way up top to the 7th level. So, hey 7th level, say hi to everyone.
Hello out there. How's it going?
I don't know, but I messed everything up again.
Yeah, I saw that. I think it might be your technical director. You might need to take him in the back and give him a good talking to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's very bad of me to do, but I'm gonna kill everyone who's involved with that stuff, cause they're all bad.
Sometimes you got to have a stern hand there, Otter.
Oh yeah, I got a machine gun that I can shoot people with. That's good.
AR-15 or fully automatic?
I don't know. Guns are like witchcraft to me. Just like our cars are witchcraft. And
I grew up in Tennessee. For me, guns are like vacuum cleaners. Everybody's got one.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, anyways, so yeah, 7th level. What do you do?
Professionally or on the internet?
Both.
Professionally, I work in IT. Monitor servers, fix stuff that breaks, that kind of stuff. On the internet, used to run a website a long time ago, shut that down, and it's actually a funny story. One of the guys that used to write for me has been trolling me after the whole Gamergate thing because he bought out my old URL and he's used it as a redirect that points to the Feminist Frequency website. So that I got an interesting kick out of that. But nowadays I'm on YouTube. I do game reviews and rants and stuff like that. 7th Level Reviews is the name of the channel. I got started there about 6 years ago. I used to be a member of a PlayStation 3 troll group called the Trey Brotherhood, and we'd make videos trolling 360 fanboys. And
that's fun.
Oh, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. The guy that started it all was this dude named El Prezador. He's still on YouTube, and he's pretty popular, but he does a whole other different thing nowadays. But when it finally died and fell apart, I moved over to doing more review type stuff and things like in general rants instead of just pro Sony exclusive stuff. So that's where I'm at now. So that's what I do.
You like Sony too much, huh?
Well, honestly, I used to be a Sega fanboy. I'd always buy the Sega system before I buy anything else. And then, of course, when the Dreamcast died, I had to go somewhere. And so I'd had a lot of fun with my PlayStation 1 when the Saturn died. So I figured, well, we'll go with PlayStation again. And I've been pretty much a strong supporter of PlayStation ever since.
Oh, well.
I mean, I buy all platforms, but Sony is my platform of choice. Let's put it that way.
I've seen the pictures that you like to show off. So yeah, where are you from?
I was born and raised in Tennessee. Lived in Florida for about 10 years, and now I'm up in the Carolinas.
Oh.
Yeah. Bit of a southern boy.
That's very southern. That's too southern.
That's too southern?
Yes, they're all bad in the South.
They're all bad in the South. Oh, okay.
They have guns and they shoot everyone. It's all bad. No, I'm just joking. The southern people are pretty cool.
Oh, it's all right. I mean, down here it's like playing Metro 2033. We use our bullets for currency. It's
Oh.
all good. It's all good.
I was born in Texas.
Texas.
Yeah. But I don't identify with Texas.
You don't identify with it.
Not really.
I had a friend that grew up in Mesquite. He said there wasn't shit in Mesquite. I don't know.
Oh. Mesquite, yum yum. Anyways, so who's your waifu?
Who's my waifu?
Yeah.
Well, I married my waifu. I have a real waifu. I don't have an anime waifu.
That's not what I wanted to know. I wanted to know who's your waifu.
When you say waifu, are you talking in the Gamergate anime character I would fuck waifu? Because I don't have one of those. Because I have like real vagina.
I just talking about like your favorite female character.
Oh, favorite female character in an anime.
Or in a video game or anywhere.
Uh,
I could be your waifu. You want me to be your waifu?
I appreciate the otter, the offer, otter, not the
Okay.
otter offer. I think if I was going to pick one as of right now, I mean, if you'd asked me a couple of years ago, I'd probably say the lead character from Rosario Vampire. But if you ask me now, it would probably be the leader of Socks and Shimonetta. She cracks my ass up.
Oh, okay.
She's hilarious, and you know my real life waifu has kind of a pervy streak like her, so she just reminds me of my wife, and that's why I like it so much.
Oh no, that's very strange. I don't want to know more. No, that's okay.
That's all right.
So, you like Dr. Pepper?
Dr. Pepper, yeah, I like Dr. Pepper.
Do you like Diet Dr. Pepper?
I've had the diet. It's okay.
It's what I would have the flavor be of magic potions in a magical fantasy world. That's what they taste like.
Oh yeah, but you know if you lived in a magical fantasy world, then you could just make it to where sugar wasn't bad for you, and then you wouldn't have to have diet.
But I like the flavor. It's nice.
I know. I'm just saying, if you had magic, then you could have the same flavor without having the diet,
Oh,
because you
Hey,
could make sugar not bad for you.
yeah, okay. So, Polaris 589, who I forgot to play the theme song that he made, he wants me to tell you to legalize it, and I don't know what that means.
Legalize what?
I don't know. He said you'd know.
I don't know what he's talking about there.
Maybe he's talking about legalizing marrying a guy and a woman, and then there's 3 people in the marriage. That sounds good.
Well, I said I lived in North Carolina. I didn't say I lived in Utah.
Yeah, that's everywhere that should be legal. Everyone should marry everyone they want. Collect all the waifus and the husbandos.
Well, I don't really have a problem with it.
What
If Guy Korea wants to marry his anime pillow, let him. It don't bother me none.
Oh, anime pillow, that's nice. I want to sleep on the pillow. Anyways, this has been a very strange episode so far, because I was just like, oh no, I need to do it, and then I did this, and then it all fell apart. I'm very sorry.
Oh, not a problem. I didn't go into it with any expectations. You can ask me whatever you want.
Oh, that hurts my feelings.
Meaning, I didn't think you didn't give me a list of anything you wanted to ask me about, so I just figured
I know.
I'll be an open book and I'll just answer anything that he asks me.
I'm very bad.
No, you're a good little otter.
No, I'm very bad.
Mm.
Anyways, so yeah, like, what is your favorite video game of all time?
Oh, well, you know what? I don't really have one. I have favorites in genres. And then those are even separated by systems. So it's like, you know, I have a favorite Saturn JRPG. I have a favorite Saturn shooter. I have a favorite Dreamcast RPG, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But I can't point. I've been gaming for 30 years, man. I can't point to any one game that's like my go-to, must-have, absolute favorite game of all time because I'm always looking for something new.
So, like, you're a nerd or something?
I guess so. I mean, I do work in IT, and I do collect games, and I do spend an inordinate amount of time playing them. So, I
Oh,
guess I qualify for that. Yeah,
you spend lots of money. Too much money.
a goodly amount. A goodly amount.
Okay, so how about like the favorite game for your favorite consoles? Like the five of them. Five consoles and your favorite game on the consoles.
Okay, let's say NES. Favorite game on NES would be a tie between Bionic Commando and the original Ninja Gaiden. Sega Genesis. Favorite game would be Gunstar Heroes. Let's see. Dreamcast. Favorite game Skies of Arcadia. Let's see. PlayStation 2. Probably favorite game would be a cross between Rogue Galaxy, Dark Cloud 2, and maybe the original Kingdom Hearts.
That's a good game.
PS3, pretty much the entire Uncharted series. Any one of those. Maybe a little bit less of the third one because it kind of didn't live up to my expectations quite as much.
Yeah,
but,
I feel the same way.
But in fact, I recently picked up the HD collection, and I'm working my way back through them to get the platinums all over again. But yeah, it was at 5.
I don't know.
Oh, and here I'll throw in another one. TurboGrafx 16. I have one of those, and probably my favorite game for it would be Bonk's Adventure or Devil's Crush.
Okay. So yeah, like I want to ask you something.
Okay.
What do you think about the Uncharted games already being in HD and then being re-released in HD again?
Well, it was released in 720p, and then it was updated to 1080p, 60 frames per second. The originals were 30 frames per second, which, 30 frames per second for those games made sense at the time, to me anyway, because they were trying to emulate the Indiana Jones movies, and movies are 24 frames per second. So you take something, it gave it a movie-like look. But I got to say, I'm playing them on PS4, and 60 frames per second is making the aiming a lot easier to pull off headshots than it was the first time around. So there is something to be said for 60 frames per second.
Isn't it a little kind of dishonest because it was already in HD? Why not just say the sexier kind, like Uncharted Collection sexier time?
Well, there's different levels of HD, so
yeah, and I don't like it.
Well,
I wanted to say sexy on the box.
Well, you have every right to be disenfranchised over that, Otter. You have every right to be pissed about it. Of course, they also have the right to not give a rat's ass whether you like it or not.
I know.
But, you can be mad. That's cool.
What I'm really pissed about is that Amy Hennig, they kind of kicked her out, and so I'm not going to play the fourth one.
Well, we don't really know what the whole story is behind that because she won't really talk about it.
Yeah, because she's a professional.
But, I mean, she does seem very happy to be working on new Star Wars stuff.
Yeah.
So, although, Star Wars Battlefront doesn't seem to have any story, so I don't really there must be some other Star Wars project going on over there that she's working on.
There is. It's a different one. It has that one woman who worked on Assassin's Creed and then didn't do anything else. Yeah. I can't remember her name. Jade Ramon.
The one that all the fanboys went nuts over when her picture actually got on the internet. Yeah, I remember her. Yeah, I remember her. Yeah, I was hoping that they would resurrect that they had the rights to the Knights of the Old Republic series and they'd resurrect it. I mean, obviously BioWare is working on other shit at this point, but I'd love for that series to come back. I thought that was a great series. That was one of the main series that I actually enjoyed on the original Xbox. The Knights of the Old Republic, Jade Empire, and some other stuff. That was one of the main reasons for me to own one of those. So I'd love for them to bring that back.
I kind of always wanted to play them, but then I was like, I don't know, that's Star Wars.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like playing. If you took Mass Effect and took out the third person cover shooting and replaced it with something that was a little more similar to a traditional RPG style of combat, that's what Knights of the Old Republic is.
Yeah, but it's Star Wars, so I'm like, I don't know. That's bad.
Well, it takes place like years and years and years even before the prequels do. So there's, you don't have to worry about it fucking the canon up or anything like that.
No, you see, I just don't like Star Wars.
Oh, you just don't like Star Wars. Are you a Trekker, Otter?
I'm very bad.
Are you a Trekker?
Like it, but I don't anymore. I don't like Star Trek either, or Gate, or anything. But I still nope.
Are you more of a fantasy guy than a sci-fi guy, Otter?
No, I like sci-fi.
Just not
like that shit.
Just not most sci-fi.
No,
or most popular sci-fi.
I just don't like sci-fi with star in the title.
Oh.
You like X-Files?
So do you think Event Horizons is better than Star Wars?
The movie with them going to hell?
Yeah.
That's okay.
The Shining on a starship, yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. That's pretty.
Okay, all right. I was just asking.
I don't like the Star Wars fans because they're all like, hey, let's kill George Lucas and drink his blood. That's what they say.
Well, they shouldn't be saying it anymore. He sold it. Now they should be threatening to kill Disney.
Yeah, but he sold it, so that means he's bad.
No, that just means that he was tired of it and was ready to not have to worry about it anymore. I mean, the guy's getting on up in age. There was no reason for him to not sell it.
Well, he could keep getting money.
Well, I think he has enough, Otter. Trust me.
No, he wants more. Like the reason he sold it was there was going to be new taxes or something, and if he didn't sell it before then he'd get lots of money taken away. So that's why I did it, for the money.
So preserving the money.
Yeah, he wanted more money.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
so which is the worst Star Wars game?
What is the worst Star Wars game?
Yeah. Which one is the worst that you played?
I think the worst Star Wars game I ever played was that Star Wars fighting game that came out for the PS1, Masters of Kurosai, or however it was pronounced. I don't even remember, but goddamn, that game was terrible. That was one of the worst fighting games I've ever played. It was god awful. That was some garbage. Well, a lot of things look fun. It doesn't mean that they are fun.
Yeah, I know. But I didn't play it enough to realize how bad it was. I just played it a couple of times. I'm like, this is cool. But then I'm like, those lightsabers should be killing people.
And then there are games that seemed like they were just incredible when you first played them, and you go back and play them now, and it's some games just don't age well. Like Shadows of the Empire on N64, for example.
That's a good game, though.
It was good for its time.
Yeah, I think so. If they updated it a little bit with graphics, it'd be pretty good.
Yeah, well, that and put it on a system that had twin analog sticks, sure.
Yeah. But that's a thing. So, what if Zelda was a cocaine dealer?
What if Zelda was a cocaine dealer?
Yeah. What if?
Would explain why Link kept putting up with so much shit, I guess.
That makes sense.
If she was the big dealer in town, then and she gets kidnapped by somebody, he's in a world of shit if he don't get her back,
Yeah. And then the people who kidnap her are like, hey, we're going to get all the cocaine, but we don't know where. Give us the cocaine. She's like, I'm not giving it to you. I'm this girl.
It's going to take more than the Triforce to fix those shakes. You know what I'm saying?
And and then she's like, but maybe I'm not a girl. Maybe I'm trans. They're like, what is that? We don't know. I don't know what's happening.
I don't know, man. I don't know. She could be pretty much anything at this point. I mean, have you ever tried to sit down and make sense of the Zelda timeline?
Yeah, I love how
Yeah.
they make sense of it. Makes
You
sense
know,
to me.
God knows what could have happened to her below the waist between the beginning and where we are now. We don't know. We just don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time that a Nintendo game had uh, a transgender character in it. You remember Birdo?
Yeah, Birdo's a weirdo.
Mm.
I do not know what Birdo does, but that's weird about the eggs coming out of her mouth. Or his mouth, or whatever.
Well, find you a copy of the Super Mario Brothers 2 instruction manual and look what it says for Birdo's character profile. Just look it up and read it sometime. You'll see
I've
what I'm
seen
talking
it, but I just don't know why she shoots eggs out of her mouth.
about. Can't tell one hole from another. I don't know.
It's very strange.
Wired up in reverse. Who can
And
say?
then, what if she shot eggs out of her mouth into Yoshi's mouth, and then Yoshi pooped them out? Oh, that'd be bad. That'd be very controversial.
I would be afraid to see what would be birthed from that union. Yes.
But I want to see a video where it's like a Birdo and a Yoshi and a cup. And it's one of those shark videos, but there's no cup.
Well, there may be that video may already exist. There's a lot of
So,
Mario comedy videos out there, and that might be one of them. You might want to peruse YouTube's archives there and see what you can dig up.
no.
Well, you said you wanted to see it.
Yeah, but I'm lazy. So yeah, let's talk about.
Are you asking me to look it up for you? Is that what you're asking?
Maybe.
All right. Well, we can talk about that later.
But yeah, let's talk about Gamergate. So why did you get involved with Gamergate?
Why did I get involved with Gamergate? Well,
yeah, and when did you hear about it and why?
I actually got into it when the whole "Gamers Are Over, Gamers Are Dead" articles all came out in the same day. And prior to that, I wasn't really all that involved in Twitter. I didn't really use it a lot. It was mainly just to talk to longtime fans of my videos, and that's pretty much all I used it for. And one day, I'm sitting at work, would have been towards the end of September a year ago, and somewhere around in there. It was end of August or end of August, 1st of September. And some of my followers started spamming me with all these Gamers Are Dead articles, and pointing out that all of them were like posted within 24 to 48 hours of each other, and that a lot of them had the same dialogue, the same sentence structure, and things like that, to where it was kind of obvious that they were kind of just parroting each other from website to website to website. And I'm thinking, where the fuck did all this come from? And I started looking it up, and that's when I found out about everything else that had come before that moment, and I just got really angry about it. I got pissed off. I've been gaming since the late 70s, and to attack your own audience that way, it just it really struck a nerve with me. I got really angry. I got really pissed off, and that's when I started digging and I started posting. And when I first got involved with it, I worked third shift, and so I'm there during the Gamergate after dark hours. So I'm always seeing the weirdest of the weird during the night. And so I would sit and when they were having their email campaigns, I'd sit and post music into the tag to give people something to listen to. Because I spent a year or two as a radio DJ in college, and I've always liked doing that kind of stuff. It's fun. So I would sit and just kind of look for stuff that would be inspiring or fun or keep your adrenaline going and that kind of thing. And I'd post music into the tag to get people to listen to. And that's basically how I got started in it. And I just got a little bit more involved as it went on.
Yeah, it's very crazy. I get up to no good day at night. I do bad stuff.
Yeah, that's when all the lewds come out. Yeah.
I don't do the lewds, but I get up to trouble.
Yes, you do.
I do very bad stuff. I'm very bad. So yeah, you think that Gamergate's pretty good, huh?
Well, I have in as much as you can be a friend with people over the internet without knowing them face to face.
Yeah.
And there is some degree of separation between having a face to face friend and having a friend over the internet. But in as
Mm-hmm.
much as you can, in as much as you can be a friend with someone over the internet that you've never met face to face, I've made more friends through Gamergate than I've ever had as far as online friendship prior to that, even from before when I was running a website and had a forum and all that kind of stuff. And it's people all over the world, people from every state, people from every country, just about uh, every race, creed, color, sexual orientation, male, female, all of it. And I think that's really the best part of it because people because of the narrative, they think that Gamergate just sits around conspiring new ways to oppress women online, and we're just sitting in our little darkened room, sharpening our knives and hashing out our plans and all this shit. And it's couldn't be further than the truth. An op will be announced, and we'll go do our part on the op, and then it's right back to just talking games and posting funny pictures and shit posting all night and crap like that. It's just a fun community to be a part of, and there's a camaraderie there that a close knit camaraderie. Now, of course, you're always going to have little groups that splinter off and go off in this direction or that direction, and we'll try to scare off people and accuse people of this or that because they're not gamergating enough or whatever.
Uh-oh.
Like I think somebody told me recently that Sargon had quit over people accusing him of being a shill or trying to control Gamergate or whatever. And it seems, sometimes it seems like people spend more time in Gamergate bitching about what other people are doing instead of just, enjoying the community and dealing and focusing on their own shit.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, sometimes
if you're a part of the community, focus on sending your emails, focus on working on your ops, and pay a little less attention to what other people around you are doing.
yeah, but
I don't understand that mentality myself.
sometimes it's good to kind of make sure people are doing the good stuff and stop instead of just using Gamergate for their own gain. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's fun to troll.
Well, yeah. Sometimes it's fun to troll. Nobody knows that better than me.
Yeah, you're a bad man.
Well,
But
I used to be a dastardly troll. I don't do those kind of things no more.
but yeah, you didn't do nothing.
Not a thing. I'm a nice seventh.
Mm-hmm. So when did you first hear about Otter Jesus, and what did you think?
Well, I don't remember exactly when it was. I just remember seeing a talking otter a lot.
Oh.
And it seemed like whenever there was a really interesting conversation, here was this talking otter. And so I was like, this is some funny stuff. This is some interesting stuff. So I just clicked my little follow button. And that's where it started.
Wow, that's pretty boring, actually.
Yeah, and then I've seen a lot of followers and tag-alongs and new otters trying to follow in the coattails of the original.
Yeah.
Which, you've often imitated, never duplicated, sir.
Yeah, well, I kind of been pretty bad lately, but I thought Joppa's been pretty good. He take over for me sometimes.
Well, I don't know. It's kind of like with my Dr. Pepper. I prefer the original.
Yeah, but did you know that Dr. Pepper is like bad for you?
Well, so is everything. Oxygen bad for you.
No, I heard a rumor that if you cook Dr. Pepper, you like heat it up, boil it, then it's poison.
Yeah, and if you drop a penny in a bottle of Coke, it dissolves in 7 days. You can't believe everything you hear on the internet, son.
I know that's why it's so fun.
Yeah, you can find outlandish theories for just about everything when you look on the internet, Gamergate included.
Mm-hmm.
So many
Gamergate is
fucking
about murdering Chinese man.
so many
That's
fucking
weird.
conspiracy theories out there about Gamergate. It's fucking and all of it stuff easily that can be disproven within a couple of clicks, but they don't want to disprove it. They're just looking for more ammo. It's fucking hilarious to sit back and watch.
Yeah, it's it's pretty weird sometimes though. It's like, why are these people spending so much time? Why don't they just go outside and play with a butterfly? I want to play with a butterfly.
I'm not much of an outdoor person, Otter, to be
I'm
honest
not
with you.
either. I was just joking.
I'm more of a sit and play games all night kind of guy.
Until your eyes fall out.
Say that again.
Until your eyes fall out.
Well, until I developed a light sensitivity issue, so now I have to wear sunglasses all the time.
Oh,
Yeah, these aren't just sunglasses; these are actual prescription. See that?
wow.
Yeah, these are prescription. I have to wear these. If I don't, I get migraines real bad, and I'd
Oh.
rather wear these than have to take migraine pills all the time.
Yeah, my mom has migraines a lot too. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, they can knock you out of service pretty good, and in my industry, spending a lot of time out sick is not something that I can afford to do. So
Yeah.
it
Well,
means having to look like a tool wearing sunglasses indoors.
yeah. Well, this is about the time that we need to end. But
Okay.
it was fun having you on, even though I was so lost and confused.
Well, do you want to? Since you started talking about PS4 before you break off, do you have any questions about PS4
Oh,
games you want to ask me or anything like that?
oh yeah. Why are there no games?
Why are there no games for the PS4?
No, there's no games, none at all.
Well, I got to tell you, that's not actually true. There are games for the PS4. They're just all at my house. I bought them
Oh,
all.
oh no,
Yeah,
that's bad.
now if you want to borrow some, I can loan them to you for a nominal fee.
No.
But I have a stack about this high. I've got over 55 games for the damn thing. You can come over and from all the way over wherever you're at. Anytime you want to bring your little otter ass over here, we'll play some games together. Okay?
Yeah, but here's the thing. Not all of those games are good though. Yeah.
Well, I like them. Just because you don't like them, don't mean they ain't good to somebody else, son. Like
Okay. So
I got that on a Chanbara Z2. People talk about it's a shit game. I think it's fun as fuck. It's got that kind of Devil May Cry mixed with a little bit of Dynasty Warriors mixed with a hell of a lot of fan service.
oh man.
Not too heavy on the plot, but as far as the combat goes, it's a lot of fun. But some people would say, well, that's not a good game. That's it's full of male gaze and all this. It's a fun game. You should play it.
Oh wait. I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
Is the remaster of Saints Row 4 pretty good for the PS4?
I actually have that one, and yeah, it's good. I mean, if you've already beaten the whole game on PS3, there's not necessarily any reason to buy it, other than the fact that it comes with all the DLC on the disc. So if you never played any of the DLC, it's a cheap way to it's pretty much cheaper to buy that on the PS4 than it would be to go back and buy all the DLC on PS3. So just it's a good one. I like it.
I've never played any of them. I was just like, hey, there's so few games, so I might as well buy that.
Well, Saints Row. If you like the Grand Theft Auto series, it's like that. Only it's a lot more twisted in its sense of humor. So
Yeah,
that
I don't like the
that's why you got guys running around with purple dildo bats and shit like that.
That sounds very fun and wonderful and beautiful.
It's a good game. It's a good game. If you've never had a chance, if you didn't have a PS3 and you never had a chance to play The Last of Us, you definitely want to pick the remaster of it up. It's good.
Oh, that came free with my PS4 that I bought.
Do what?
That came free with
Oh,
my
it came with it.
PS4.
Did it come with Infamous Second Son?
No,
Do you like third-person sandbox games?
I didn't like the first Infamous.
Did you ever play the second one?
Free with when there's the outage, and I was like, okay. And then I beat the first city area, and then I moved on, and it was just harder, but the same thing. And I was like, this is shit.
Well, with those sandbox games, it's always doing the same things over and over. It's just a matter of what those things are.
I'd rather play Prototype. That's better.
You like Prototype better?
That's much better. I didn't even like play the game for the plot and stuff. I just ran around and killed people.
All right. What's another recommendation I can make for you? Bloodborne. Bloodborne's a good game.
Ooh. I don't like games that are intentionally hard that make you scream.
Did you like the Castlevania games when you were younger?
Yes.
Bloodborne is just a 3D version of Castlevania Symphony of the Night. That's all it is.
But it's like Dark Souls. It's hard for no reason.
Did you think Castlevania Symphony of the Night was easy?
I thought it was regular.
Just think about it. If you took Castlevania Symphony of the Night and you made it a 3D title, you'd basically have Bloodborne. And if it's the same thing, you know, you just have to learn. It's not really that hard. You just learn the patterns and learn when to dodge and when to attack. That's all it is. My son's 12 years old. He has the platinum on Bloodborne.
That's weird and spooky.
And no, he's not like a world champion gamer or anything. It's just not as hard as people make it out to be.
So it's not as hard as Dark Souls?
Well, Dark Souls isn't really as hard as people make it out to be. I think the only one out of that whole series that I could legitimately say was super hard would probably be the original Demon Souls. But even it's just down to pattern recognition. You just memorize the patterns and act accordingly. I've seen people that have played the game so much and memorized the patterns to the point where they can just kind of breeze right through the game in less than a couple of hours. So it's it's just like I mean, think about it. Back when you had the NES, right? You didn't just pop a game in and you were instantly good at it. You had to play it over and over again. You had to memorize the patterns. You had to learn which weapons to use with which boss, like in the Mega Man games. You couldn't go online and look that stuff up. You couldn't go to YouTube and watch a video of somebody else doing it. You just had to play it until you got it right. And that's all there is to the Dark Souls games and the Bloodborne games. You have to play it until you memorize their patterns, and then it's almost like you've got it memorized to the point where playing it is almost watching a video of somebody else playing it, because it's all the same exact motions every time you play. It's not that hard. It's not that hard at all.
Just so that we're full disclosure, you're not getting paid by the company who makes those games, are you?
No, full disclosure, I'm not a sponsored video maker for Sony or any of the Sony's developers. No.
Okay,
I can make you game recommendations for any system. It's just, because PlayStation is my format of choice, I know more about games on it than I do others. But there are games that even on the Xbox One I could make recommendations to you depending on what kind of genres you like.
Ew. That's yuck.
That's yuck.
Yuck.
Or you could just spend a couple of grand on a gaming PC and be done with it. Of course, then you'll never get to play Uncharted and all the other, or Halo 5, or you might get to play Halo 5. So many of their exclusives are going to PC lately. But anyway,
Zelda, no Mario.
No, you won't get none of those neither. Not legally anyway.
Yeah. Anyways, so we've gone overtime, and I'm going to have to punish people for doing this stuff. I don't know. Anyways, thanks for being on, 7th.
This is my pleasure, Otter. I will talk to you later.
Okay. Everyone, it's the time for you to sleep. Go to bed. Even if you're in England or something. Good night.
Later, folks.